the York Trials Unit at the University of York. This is the Research Room.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Research Room. It's 2026.
Ooh,
New year.
yoo-hoo!
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
New year, new research. And today, for the first episode of 2026, we have a very special episode for you. We have the Director and Deputy Director of York Trials Unit here to talk to us, and they're going to tell us all about York Trials Unit, what it is, what we do, and how we do it. So we've got with us Professor Catherine Hewitt and Dr. Jude Watson. Welcome to the Research Room.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So do you think you could just introduce yourself for us?
Do you want me to go first?
You go first.
All right. So I'm Catherine Hewitt. My day job is as a statistician, and I also am Director of York Trials Unit.
I'm Jude Watson, and I am Deputy Director of the York Trials Unit, but I'm also mostly a trial conduct, trial management. Trial methodology is where my background is.
Brilliant. Oh, well, thank you for joining us in the Research Room. So to kind of get us started then, do you think you could tell us what is a trials unit, just in a nutshell?
Yeah, I guess you can correct me when I go wrong, Jude. I guess trials units are a collection of different expertise that allow us to design trials, conduct trials, analyse them, and disseminate them, the findings of them. So it gives the whole sets of different disciplines that are needed in order to do all of that.
Everything from start to finish, really. The whole trial.
The whole shebang.
We do it all. The whole shebang.
There's lots of different areas that you need in order to do that. Now, do you want to add anything to it? Talk about the different disciplines you need, or?
Yeah, well, I suppose you've the trial conduct, so you've got the trial managers, trial coordinators, trial support officers we have, but you also have statisticians, health economists, there's methodologists, qualitative, data management, software, and very importantly, the administrators who keep us all on track.
Yeah, it's a big team that goes into it, really. Lots of different people doing loads of different things to keep the trial going. Yeah.
So how did York Trials Unit come about?
When the very first one of an iteration of York Trials Unit, I don't quite know when that first one started, but definitely back in 1996, Professor Ian Russell formed what was known as the Health Services Research Trials Support Unit. And that was the name up until late 2002 when David Torgerson took over and he renamed it York Trials Unit. So that, the original one that Ian did was a trials unit as such, but it seemed to be slightly different. It seemed to be more like as the name implied, more of a support unit. So part of what David wanted to do was to make it that we didn't sound like we were just servicing other people to help them with their trials. It was the fact that we actually did them, designed them and ran them as well. So late 2002 was when it became York Trials Unit officially.
Brilliant. So if I kind of had an idea for a trial then, would I come to you with that idea and say, I want to do this research, I need someone to help me run it? Is that the idea? I'll come to you at your trials and you help me.
So I would say not just to run it, because I'd say no thank you. We want to be involved in designing it. About getting everything right, because if somebody comes already, it's very hard to shift them into more rigorous ways of running a study. So we like to get involved right from the start and come with an idea. So we have two different things that happen normally. Sometimes the question gets set and it's like a commissioned call. The question and importance to, say, the NHS or somewhere else has already said, government has decided this is a priority. We need this question answering. And so sometimes it's an investigator say, I've seen this call, or we send it to people we've worked with before and say, oh, have you seen this? Would you be interested? And put a team together around that. And then other times someone says, in my clinical practice, I do this and I think I want to put this application together to answer that question. And that's like a researcher-led type of approach. So they'll come to us and we'll have the discussions and design something together. I don't know if there's other options you can think about.
No, that's pretty much it. And it's usually a basis of they either come to us and we as Catherine was saying, it's something that we have to work with them to get it to to fit what we think the design and the process should be. Or they literally just come to us and say, I want to do this, but I don't actually know how to go about doing it.
Yeah.
So you're starting from scratch in those cases.
You're advising in a lot of instances.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, or writing them.
Or writing them quite often.
Yeah. So I guess we obviously work in research, so we know all about a trial. But for people who might not know what a trial is, could you explain for us what is a trial?
What is a trial?
Big question.
A trial, I suppose, put succinctly, it's a way of testing the safety and effectiveness of various treatments. So you're either adding to the evidence in terms of whether you potentially could be repeating trials that have been done before, maybe on a bigger scale, so that there's more evidence to judge whether something is effective or not, or you might be doing the first trial out there that's testing the waters, so to say. I mean, the idea is that you have a look to see whether you can improve people's qualities of life, whether they can have better outcomes, and even for some studies, there's potential to increase lifespan if you're looking at some of the cancer studies.
And we could answer some questions around whether something works or not.
Yeah.
But if we don't sort of have that randomisation part of it, it could be something on some type of characteristic of somebody, something about them that you could decide who gets a treatment, and then you can't tell if it's to do with the age of somebody or how ill they are, the severity of a disease that they have or something. You can't know if it's attributable to that. So we try and ensure that there's balance in those things, all the characteristics, the known and the unknown, in order to be able to say the only thing that's different between the groups is whether someone gets the intervention or treatment or not.
You need the trial really to have some evidence to say, yes, it works, or yes, it doesn't work. And the randomised control trial, I think I've heard a lot of people say it's the gold standard of trials. So that's kind of one type of trial. And that's the kind of most common one that we do?
Just a trial?
Yeah, well, a randomised control trial.
Yeah.
Because I think there are other types of trials. Something kind of.
Well, some people call trials different stuff. When we talk about trials, we're talking about randomised control trials.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of our things that we do are not trials. So we do quasi-experimental designs. The odd one, we do sort of looking at whether a new test works or not. So like a diagnostic accuracy type thing. We've done a couple of cohort stuff where we're not randomising, but the 95%, 99% of what we do is randomised control trials.
Is the randomised, yeah. And that randomisation is really important because the randomness kind of ensures that we're not biased in who gets what. And that kind of gives you the really unbiased evidence for things.
That's the one.
Why are trials kind of really important to do? Is that the main thing? We just want the evidence?
Yeah. We ask different questions, I suppose. We could be saying, try and give an example. There's this surgical intervention that's done for proximal humerus fractures on your arm, lower arm. Should you be doing that surgery?
Yeah.
Does it give you better outcomes than if you put your arm in a sling?
Yeah.
And we ask those questions because it could save money if there isn't the need for surgery. And if it gives the same outcomes, then actually people are not, can perhaps get on with their lives just in the same amount of time, but are not having to have a surgical procedure. They don't have to have an anaesthetic. They don't have to do that sort of thing. So I suppose there is a question sometimes over whether something is just as good on sort of no worse than what's currently done. Yeah. And that means it could save money or there'll be a win somewhere. And other times we're saying we think we've got something that's better than what's currently done and we're trying to improve outcomes in that way. So it depends what question we're trying to ask or what thing we're studying as to which sort of design that we'll use. Yeah, trials are important because we want to improve people's quality of their life, their care that they're getting.
Yeah, improving people's lives, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I think we quite often talk about, is it clinically effective? So does it work? Or is it cost effective? So does it save money? Which is also really important to save.
Definitely with the NHS.
For the NHS.
Yeah, and if we get something where we're saying we get this amount of benefit for for patients, well, actually it's going to cost something to do the intervention. So is that intervention, is it enough gain to actually say, yes, we should invest, we should replace what we're doing, or we should invest in this intervention because it brings about a better gain, clinically and cost effective.
Exactly, yeah. And often I think it's also a result if you find that a treatment doesn't work or doesn't work as well as you were expecting. That's actually also a really good result because then we can stop doing that and focus on the treatments that do work.
Yeah.
So they're very, very important.
They certainly are.
Clinical trials. And I guess if we didn't do clinical trials, we'd just be guessing really, I think. What you always say, don't they say, without trials, without research, it's all guesswork.
And of course, you have your stats background, so that's the whole crux of it, isn't it?
It's really fun. I get to get the first look at whether it does work or it doesn't. Although interestingly, we do a conference for trials in the social sciences. Somebody was there who does political trials, so they were doing a lot about voter behaviour and trying to turn out the votes, that sort of thing, but has done a wider range of trials as well. But he was saying that when it comes to analysis, they don't just leave the statistician. They all as a team come round and see the results. So it's not just like the statistician in their room pressing the buttons. They all watch while they press the buttons. So they get the reveal at the same time.
So can we do that? Can we come into your room and see the reveal?
Have you seen the size of my room?
Yeah, maybe we should do that. We should announce the results. We could have a big...
Yeah, we should maybe do it on a Zoom. So we're
Zoom
all
with a
sat there
shared
and
screen.
see all my errors coming up on the code or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. Oh, I like it. We should have more dramatic results, reveals.
Yeah,
I think.
We could get some music to go with it, couldn't we?
Fireworks,
drum rolls,
definitely drum rolls.
A balloon to pop.
I think, like a gender reveal. We could have different colours for did it work, did it not?
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't matter if it didn't work, does it? Because, like you say, if it's a good outcome, because sometimes it doesn't show any difference, does it? So then what do you do?
Well, but I guess you're trying to interpret what all of the collective information says.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can have, it doesn't reach like an important clinical change, but actually it could still save money. So it would be an option. So it would be cost effective because it's quite cheap. So it doesn't take much. So it depends what message you've got to do that in the round, or sometimes the qualitative work could unpack something that explains what would need to be changed, or why somebody didn't engage with an intervention or something. So it's all in the round of trying to draw together the wider results.
Yeah. Yeah. So the qualitative is a really interesting aspect of the trials we do as well. Could you tell us a bit more about that?
Over to you, Jude. I do numbers.
Well, obviously, the qualitative aspects are kind of equally important, but they add into the overall evidence. So you might well have an intervention that potentially is showing benefits in terms of outcomes, but the qualitative from the participants is saying, I really don't like A, B or C part of it. Or they could be saying that they'd much rather not attend for a particular session when they would do something else. So I suppose that part of it as well helps us in designing our studies as well, and figuring out how we can get people to take part in trials as qualitative aspects as well, as to how we can increase the number of people that may want to take part because we've listened to people and said, well, I won't attend 3 appointments, but I will attend 1 or 2. So you change your design.
Yeah.
But yes, qualitative, we mean speak to the participants of the trial, like in interviews, or just have little focus groups and things. Yeah.
As opposed to the quantitative, which is all the numbers. The
good stuff, yeah.
All your favourite bits.
Yes, this is a thing, isn't it? Stats are more important. Qualitative.
No. Absolutely. We're answering very different questions.
Yes,
so I kind of think it's that for me. It's not that numbers and words are competing against each other. It's just I can't answer the questions that the qualitative work is trying to answer.
Yeah.
And they can't answer the question that I'm answering. So it's a more complementary thing as opposed to being, fighting.
Yeah, it isn't really, is it? It's
You're trying to start a fight.
I am, yeah. I just.
Yeah, I like that, the way you said numbers and words. I think that's a nice way to look at it. So you got all the numbers and the statistics, then the words are the more, we've interviewed the participants and they've told us what they liked and what they didn't like.
Yeah, the why.
The why, exactly. Yeah, that can all go together to make some good results. So we do lots of different trials. What kind of trials do we do? So I know we do kind of medicine and surgery. What other kind of trials do we do?
All I would say is we do tons of stuff.
Yeah.
And tons of different stuff. And if you ask us tomorrow, it'll be something else that we do. I would say we only do humans. So we only work with people.
Humans,
So interest in people. There isn't a particular clinical area I don't think we wouldn't do. We said before, drugs and early phase of experimental drugs is probably where we are. That is probably where we wouldn't go.
Yeah. So they're not kind of brand new drugs or anything.
No, there might be a repurposing. The drugs that's used for something else, and we're trying it in a different disease area or something.
That happens quite a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. Or a kind of surgical technique. I think one example is you might have 2 different surgical techniques and they're both already used, but we don't actually know which one is better.
Yeah, we've got Active that's just finishing, which is about pilon fractures down on your bottom, your ankle.
What is
down at the bottom? Pilon.
Pilon.
You might have a big, someone having an accident in a car and you crush your ankle. So I think you can have an external cage or internal.
Yes.
So you put it on the outside or the inside, and you can do 2 different things. So that's answering that question.
Have you ever learnt a lot then, medically, from working on these trials?
Yes, I'm sure I could do any of those surgeries now. Yes.
You're basically a surgeon now. Can we say that?
No, you do have to gen up.
Yeah, I think there's aspects that you learn by the very nature of working on a trial that you might not have known anything about before. But then 3 years down the line, you might have forgotten it because you're not in that area anymore and you're now learning up about something else. But yeah, every day's a learning day here.
And we also do trials, or within our trials, we do kind of studies within a trial SWOT. So we also try and work out the best way to do trials. Is that something that we do quite a lot at YTU?
Yeah. So we try and do some methodological things. I think it stemmed from David saying, we don't want to wait till the end to get a paper out. So let's do something along the way.
Is that David's publish or perish?
Yeah.
Publish or perish,
yeah. Indeed. So I think some of those things are built into we trial interventions. Why are we not trialing our methods?
Yeah.
So building in ideas of how to optimize recruitment or how to keep people in a study with their outcome measures. Different approaches for it.
Yeah, so I guess once you've kind of got the trial up and running, you can say, what if we try different incentives? We can give some people vouchers and some people not vouchers, or I think a pen is the example we always use.
Tea bags.
Tea bags.
Tea bags with your questionnaire to make yourself a cup of tea.
Yeah. Should we be sending pens or tea bags?
Tea bag in the post to them. Okay.
You can actually get them with little wrappers around.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yes, I forgot. I'm just being a tight Yorkshire woman, sorry.
So they can be very basic or they can be a little bit more complex as well.
Right.
So, but if something works, if sending a pen, I guess it's moved, hasn't it, in the type of the way that we collect data?
Yes. Yeah, that's changed a bit.
Oh, I suppose we do it more online now. Yeah.
So sending a pen is not quite the same.
It's not going to help me do my online.
No, sending a pen. No. I see what you mean. You still
send them a laptop.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a bit costly. Not cost effective, I don't think.
Yeah.
But it allows the opening up of a different thing, doesn't it? So you can do them in a more accessible way if you're online. Yeah. And we still do use paper for some people who can't access online as well. But you could have big font. You could produce it in a different format.
No, I think it's really interesting that we trial our interventions, but then also we can trial our kinds of trials or trial methods as well.
Well, I'm always one to bang the drum of the feasibility study as well, though. So I'm not having that left out.
Yes. Tell us more about a feasibility.
What is a feasibility
study? That's you trialling your trial to start with. So you want to know what your uncertainties are and whether you can scale it up. So we do quite a number of feasibility studies, a few of which, at least 2 that I've worked on recently that have gone on to be full-scale studies. So doing your feasibility study helps you figure out where you get your patients from, whether they're willing to take part, whether the processes all work. So it's your trial run before you spend the big money and do it on a bigger scale.
Yeah, so it's almost like a practice trial or a slightly different trial to work out how the main trial is going to work.
Yeah, so you're looking at, as I say, like your uncertainties. So what do you think is not going to work? What do we think will work? How do we think we can do it best? And what can we tweak?
Yeah.
And it could be where you're going to recruit from. So it could be in your feasibility, you're saying, I'm not sure where we're going to get most people from and where it's going to be optimized. So we're going to go for everything and see where people come from and what's worth the investment and what isn't worth us spending our time doing, or we just do everything.
Just do everything and see what works, and then we'll pick the best bits for the main trial.
And you're a big advocate for feasibility studies then?
Well, I enjoy doing them. And I think in a lot of cases they're necessary. They're not always necessary because there's some areas that are quite well established and well researched, and you know where you're going to get your patients from and you know what your processes are going to be. But there's some areas that are quite underserved in relation to research, either populations or areas that you really don't know whether it's going to work because it's a bit of a tricky recruitment process or a tricky patient population. Therefore, will it actually work? So I can think of one that I did using with audiologists, and they're not an area that's particularly well researched, and we just didn't get anywhere with it at all. They really struggled to fit recruiting into their normal daily practice because they were just so busy. So yes, it's always learn something new. Feasibility study.
It's a good idea to do that before you go straight into a big study, isn't it? Otherwise recruitment's the thing. Is if you don't recruit to the study, then you don't get the
statistical power.
Oh,
yeah. So you're going to be.
I wanted you to say the word, not me.
Okay. You also get. It's external, so we're just doing an external feasibility or an external pilot, but we also have internal pilots as part of a main trial. So it's like a check that we're able to do what we said we were going to do, or do we need to adapt?
So could you tell us a bit about your backgrounds and how you got to YTU?
You go first, Jude.
Crikey, right, we're going back a bit now. Purely accidental, I think, would probably be the way I managed to get to YTU. I had just finished doing my podiatry degree and I wanted to do a PhD, and my college was looking for money for me to do the PhD. So while they were doing that, I was doing anatomy demonstrations and clinical supervision. And at the same time, one of my lecturers was coming down to York to do his MSc here, and his was good friends, or actually knew as a supervisor, Ian Russell, who started the trials unit before David joined. He got in a conversation with Ian Russell, and there was the UK BEAM study was about to start, and they were looking for local coordinators. So we're a bit like trial coordinators, but in different parts of the country, that were going to set up UK BEAM in various areas. So I put my hand up and said, that sounds like a bit of a good laugh. I might do that.
A good laugh.
Yeah. And it turns out that attached with UK BEAM, there was a PhD that went along with it.
Oh, perfect.
So I got wind of that as well, got into conversation with Ian Russell and got both effectively. So I kind of thought, I'll do your local coordinator if you can interview me for the PhD.
Yeah.
So that's why I ended up having a connection to York. So then once I'd finished my PhD, there was an application for a trial coordinator down here that for the Sapphire study. Which I came down, was interviewed, and I got the trial coordinator's job. So I moved down to York in 2002, just as David started.
Oh, brilliant.
Took over as the director. That's how I ended up here.
So you've been here a while then?
I have been here a while, yes. Yeah.
I won't ask how long you've been.
No, I've been in York now for nearly 23 years.
Yeah.
24. But yeah, I've been involved with health sciences, or had some connection to health sciences since 1999.
Yeah. So you've got the medical background, really.
Well, yeah.
Anything wrong with my feet? I'll come to you.
Yeah,
you wouldn't be the first, Janine. That you'd be surprised how many people's feet I've seen in this department.
Yes.
Yeah.
People just knock on your door and take their shoes off.
Definitely.
Oh, right. Yeah, I have actually.
But then David was a podiatrist as well, you see. So
was he?
Oh, and me.
Yeah, and Catherine, how did you get
yes,
here?
I wasn't that far.
You weren't that far behind me.
No.
You were a student when I started here.
Yes. So I first met David when I did my master's in maths statistics, and I wanted to do a dissertation, and I used one of the Venus 1 trial to look at learning curve effects. And so David offered this as a project from the maths department here, and I came across and did some analysis. And then I was thinking about doing a PhD, and I did a PhD in health sciences with applied stats, and David was my supervisor. And then I did a bit of work in the department with Simon Gilbody on postnatal depression after I finished my PhD, and then I moved into the trials unit. So I was kind of in and around and doing a bit of work in the trials unit.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we probably crossed paths.
Yes.
And you were doing statistics.
Yes.
All the numbers.
Yeah.
You're statistician.
Yeah.
Statistician.
Yeah. We call us statos. It's much
Yeah.
easier.
I know. It is. I'm going to I've been trying not to say statos because I think I'm going to have to say it because I can't say
Because you can't say statistician.
Yeah. You're going to have to say it.
Statos.
statos.
It does sound a bit derogatory calling people statos, but you
I
don't
quite like
mind.
it. I think
You
it's
don't mind, do you?
It's quicker.
Yeah.
Okay. I've moved now. I'm going to call everybody stato because I can't do this.
Statistician. Yeah.
You have other interests, though, don't you? Than stato.
Statistics.
Stato stuff.
Does she?
Well, I'm interested. Well, I guess because we end up morphing into like methods as opposed to just statistics. So we kind of helps with randomization, with the outcome measures, how we design studies. And
It's still statistics.
methods.
Oh, it's methods. All right, then it's methods.
Study design.
Yeah, you do because you teach that, don't you?
Yeah.
So you do-
So you do a bit of teaching as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quite a bit.
Do you like teaching?
I do, yeah. It keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting because you get asked so many interesting questions. So, it's teaching's, as with any presentation of anything, you are telling people what you want them to know.
Yeah.
The tricky bit is the questions, because that bit you can't rehearse.
Yeah.
And so I like that because it really means that anybody could ask you anything and you've got to think on your feet.
Yeah.
Do you not teach, Jude?
No, I stick to MSc dissertation supervision.
Uh-huh.
You don't fancy teaching?
I've done a bit of it in the past, but not whilst I've been at York.
So with YTU then, what's next for YTU? Are there any plans for the future of the trials unit? Because we've grown quite a lot, haven't we?
But I know when we were, when I think it was about 10 or something in the first.
When I started, there was
yeah.
about 10. There was 17 of us in 2007.
Yeah.
So
and
we've
then-
grown substantially.
But we kind of have grown, not overnight, and then there was a big steep increase. So it's,
Why is that? Do you more trials or?
well, we put applications in and suddenly,
You
it's,
got everything.
yeah. So it is really hard to call, isn't it, of
Yeah.
getting those numbers right. So you don't know if it's going to be successful or not. And so you put in and you expect a certain number to be funded based on what we do in the past. So we have a look at how successful we are with our sort of conversion from, putting an application into being successful. And every so often, and we've had a bit of a run of it, being more successful than we have been. So our increase of our conversions have been going up.
Yeah. So how many trials have we got on at the moment? Do you know off the top of your head? That might be a bit
50,
difficult.
60.
About at least 60.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot, isn't it? And so when she asks what the future holds, you don't know.
Well, no, it sounds like we have no plans whatsoever. doesn't it? So I suppose for me, it is about certain things that I don't want to change.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to change in terms of doing early phase. That's not something that is, I think we've got the experience to do. So I think I don't want to branch out in that area.
Yeah.
I think what we do well at is collaborative research, and we are unusual in a trials unit that we have health economists, statisticians and qualitative researchers as embedded.
Okay.
So a lot of the time, previously we used to use CHE, didn't we? Centre for Health Economics for doing the health economics, and a lot of the time it's a sort of add-on or standalone from another institution.
Yeah.
Same for the qualitative as well. And sometimes in some trials units, the biostatistics sits outside of the trials unit.
Oh, right,
So
okay.
embedded in, and I'd like to continue with that model
Yeah.
because I think it's really a good one for me because everybody's integrated
Yeah, it's
together.
nice
Yeah,
that
it's
we
good, isn't
all
it? That
do
they're
it.
all at the same meetings and
Yeah.
everything. So everybody's the same place.
And you can pop down the corridor and chat to somebody
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
down the road.
You know
rather
where
than-
they're sitting.
Yeah, exactly. As opposed to in another institution.
Yeah.
I guess I don't want to move down to us being a bit too elitist on what we do clinically. So I don't want to set clinical portfolios. And we've had that chat many times, haven't we? Over whether we should have portfolios of work. And I think for me, I want to continue in that area. So we do have some form of, thoughts about the future.
There is some
You do have plans.
Yes.
Brilliant. Well, we've got a bit of fun now. So we've got some
You
questions
say
for you.
it's not
More
been fun
questions.
beforehand.
Oh, no, obviously it's fun. But we've got some random researcher questions for you that we're going to pull out of this hat.
Oh my goodness,
Oh.
you first, Jude.
So I'll okay, so Would you rather have to present your research findings entirely in rhyme or using only interpretive dance?
That's a tricky one, actually. Not really. I think I would much rather present entirely in rhyme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a dancer then.
No, well, I'm not saying I'm not a dancer, but not an interpretive dancer.
Not an interpretive dancer.
Yeah. There wasn't much of that going on in the early 90s.
So as a child, I did modern and ballet.
Oh.
There you go. Then.
So I could do a presentation in either of those genres.
Oh,
I don't think so.
I look forward to seeing this.
oh dear. Yeah,
Brilliant. So
please, can we see your ballerina?
Yeah. You're going to dance
I
the
really
findings
wanted to
out.
do tap, but I never did tap dancing.
Yeah, my daughter did tap. Yeah, because she didn't want to do ballet. So.
Oh, yeah. I like the modern dancing.
Yeah, I used to do tap dancing in primary school, and I had silver tap shoes.
Oh, they would have been
loved
lovely.
them. Yeah, they were fun.
Which emoji best represents why to you?
Big smiley face.
Oh.
Big smiley.
You know, that big cheesy grin one.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Because I think the reason I've sort of enjoy and stay around in YTU because it's like the people, it's a nice environment. We're busy and we've got a lot to do, but I actually think it's a friendly place to work.
Yeah.
And I think that represents what we try to do.
Would yours be a smiley face as well?
I think it would be, yeah.
Just the
other one I would pick, which is the one I normally get from Catherine, is just a thumbs up. That is the most used emoji by Catherine anywhere, is the thumbs up.
I hate it when people do that. You know, you've sent a big long text and you get
thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
No, it's what I do to email responses.
That's an email response from Catherine. It's a thumbs up.
You'll have sent her in, you know, she doesn't have time.
That's good. That's all I need is a thumbs up.
You know, you could interpret my email in many different ways. You aren't going to interpret that in any other way than crack on.
I like a thumbs up.
Yeah.
I hate it. We can't have an emoji as a thumbs up, can we really? For the YTU, I think your smiley face is better.
Yeah.
What's your favourite way to unwind after a long day of research?
Gin.
I like it, yeah.
Well, yeah, that I would definitely say that's definitely my Friday. My Friday when I get home is a gin. Sometimes a Wednesday as well. Alternatively, it would be a run.
Oh, very good.
There's not much difference, gin or a run.
Well, no, sometimes I do the run, then the gin.
Yeah.
Never the other way around.
Not at the same time.
No.
So Jude was very kind. I had a conversation with Jude because I know she likes gin. I was like, I've run out of gin. And is there any one that you would particularly recommend?
Yeah.
And Jude went away and she came back and bought me a bottle of gin from this specialist place, and it's delicious.
Oh, so you're a gin connoisseur then?
Well, I've tried a number over the years, shall we say.
But you're from Scotland, you should be whiskey.
No.
Gin.
No. You don't like whiskey at all?
I don't. No, there's only one whiskey that I potentially could drink. The rest of them, I'm not a whiskey drinker.
I used to enjoy reading books, and I find it very hard because we spend our life reading.
Yeah.
And so I find it's only when I'm on holiday that I read.
Yeah.
Because I just can't. I need something else.
Yeah,
to
definitely.
do. I do a lot of walking.
So.
And my children refuse now to go for walks, so hence why I put headphones in and listen to something whilst I'm walking.
Yeah.
What is the nerdiest thing you do?
Oh, because we're all nerds at the trials unit. What's the nerdiest thing?
It's my day job.
That is true. You are a statistician.
Come on, how much more nerdy do you want?
True.
Nerdiest thing you do? She's not a nerd.
I'm not a nerd. I'm not aware of being
for
a
this
nerd.
question.
Yeah.
She's too cool for the question.
I do the nerdiness for both of us.
You're a double nerd.
What do you do?
Oh, maybe I do, but I don't know it's nerdy.
Oh my gosh.
Do it.
What, have you got any sort of like hobbies or things that...
Oh yeah, running, cycling.
Oh, she's just a health
Painting, gardening.
She's really not nerdy.
She's not. You're not nerdy.
Oh, you're cooler than all of us.
Oh yeah,
Nerdy,
we're all nerdy.
You're very organised, though. I wouldn't say like nerdy. So when we work together, you always go and you say, I've had a good look and I've made some notes and stuff. And I'm like, we've just read it on the
just
phone.
rocked up.
To your office, and I got these thoughts about it or something. So you're very
I am a
nerdy in
preparer.
that way.
I do like to prepare,
Yeah.
yes.
So you're a...
Yeah, but I wouldn't call that nerdy.
No, that's not
be a bit
nerdy.
nerdy.
That's just being prepared.
Do you like to write a lot of lists?
Yes, I'm a list writer.
Well, that's
quite
tiny
nerdy.
Yeah,
That's a hint of nerdiness.
Yeah, that's a hint.
See, the organisation is the nerdiness for me.
Yeah,
okay.
I think you're right there.
I'll take that. I don't mind that nerdiness.
Yeah.
It's a good nerdiness.
Yeah, I'm clutching at straws, Jude.
If YTU had a mascot, what would it be?
It's really funny because two things sprung into my mind and neither of them I should say out loud.
You've got to say it now.
The first one is that donkey and that naming of that donkey.
The naming of the donkey.
We do have a donkey, don't we?
Yeah.
And the other one that makes me always smile, where we did the Christmas decorating of the offices and we went round. And I walked into one of the offices and in there was David and me as Mary and Joseph.
That's
was
right.
baby
Stephen was the baby Jesus.
So honestly, those two things just bring into my mind as logos.
Yeah.
Oh, what a logo that would be.
Yeah. That kind of mascot-y type of thing. Maybe the donkey is a better
I think the donkey might work better. Yes.
Yeah.
mascot. I like a donkey.
I like a donkey.
I do too. Yeah.
I was thinking it's not a great thing, is it? Because like donkeys kick and things.
That's
and I was
true.
thinking
The
like
connotations of a donkey.
Yeah.
Don't we need something a bit more researchy, sciencey mascot?
Yeah, it's
We'll
pretty
have a
hard.
think.
Yeah, we'll have a think.
We'll have a think on
See if
that
we can
one.
come up with a mascot.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, I'll let you know what our mascot will be. Well, thank you so much for coming to join us in the research room. We really appreciate it. And yeah, looking forward to another year of the research room. We've got lots of exciting projects coming up in 2026.
Thank you for
You're
coming.
welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thank you
to
for
you too.
coming.
Listening to our strange questions.